Caitlin, it's been a couple months since they announced this was going to be the day that you had your jersey retired. Can you just tell me about some of the emotions either leading up to today and what you're feeling maybe now, today, especially knowing that nobody's ever going to wear 22 again here at Iowa?
Yeah, well, I think first of all, I feel very lucky and fortunate.
Caitlin Clark just made history. Her legendary number 22 jersey is now retired at Iowa. But how did she feel in that moment? What was running through her mind as she received this incredible honor? And what does this mean for her legacy in the game? Let's break it down.
Once you hear the day and it's like, oh, your jersey's getting retired this day, it's like, oh, okay. But when the day approaches very fast, you don't have as much time to prepare for everything that's going to be involved in it. But I just am fortunate to come back here. I honestly thought I would be back in Iowa City a lot more than I've been able to be over the since I've left. This is only really my second time back here. The other time was when we got our rings on the field. So it's just fun for me to come back and just say thank you to everybody that poured so much into me and allowed me to be great, whether that's the social media people, whether that's the marketing team, whoever it is that made me look really good at times.
We've got the full story, including Caitlin Clark's raw, unfiltered reaction straight from the press conference. But this isn't just a highlight reel. We're breaking down 3 must-see moments from this unforgettable night. First, we'll revisit the intense game that set the perfect stage for the celebration. Then we'll take you inside the emotional jersey retirement ceremony, where Iowa legends and thousands of fans honored one of the greatest to ever wear black and gold. And finally, we'll hear directly from Caitlin, her thoughts, her gratitude, and what's next in her journey. Stick around. Her words might just surprise you. Let's get into it.
When, a lot of these big milestone emotional moments you were playing in a game, because you're not playing, because you're knowing what this is going to be like, do you feel like you'll be able to let yourself feel the emotions a little bit more?
Yeah, and I feel like I already have kind of today. You kind of just have those butterflies in your stomach when you walk in here, not so much for a basketball game now, but obviously just to be around everybody and to enjoy this environment. I think it's definitely, you are a little bit more vulnerable. I don't have to go and compete for 40 minutes, even though I wish maybe I could. But certainly, I think it will definitely be a little bit more emotional that I don't have to compete and go play for 40 minutes.
Before we get to Caitlin Clark's reaction, let's talk about the game that set it all up. And what a game it was. Iowa pulled off a thrilling 76-69 upset in front of a packed Carver Hawkeye arena. But this wasn't just a win. It was a statement.
They shoot 34% from 3 on the season. Look at Dighton with those fanciful handles.
That was a seated dribble after a steal. Ridiculous.
I love it. Any means necessary to save the possession.
All day long. Olsen for 2. It's a 17.
Go Iowa. Facing off against USC, the Hawkeyes came in hungry. And number 22 wasted no time making an impact, drawing a foul on a sharp cut to the hoop. From the start, Iowa's energy was off the charts, igniting the crowd. And it showed. The Hawkeyes went on a jaw-dropping 18-1 run. Yes, 18-1. While USC struggled to score, Iowa was locked in, setting the tone for a dominant performance.
Well, when all is said and done for you, what do you want said about what you've done?
I hope I just inspired.
Oh, wow, Lucy Olsen.
Great move by her.
But if you thought Iowa had it in the bag, think again. USC wasn't backing down. Enter Juju Watkins, one of the brightest young stars in the game. She took control, leading a huge 17-1 run that erased Iowa's early lead. Just like that, it was a fight to the finish, a true battle between two powerhouse teams.
The current team in her heart still has business to take care of.
Absolutely.
Oaklady lost in.
As the game went on, one thing was clear. This was Iowa's night. And the difference maker? Lucy Olsen. The senior transfer took over, dropping 28 points, including 18 in the second half. Addison O'Grady added 13, while Iowa's defense locked in, holding USC to just 1 for 7 from deep in the final minutes. A clutch performance and a statement win for the Hawkeyes.
He's a 6-foot guard from West Des Moines, Iowa, the reigning WNBA Rookie of the Year and the greatest of all time, number 22, Caitlin Clark!
But this win was bigger than the scoreboard. It wasn't just about rankings. It was a statement that Iowa basketball, Caitlin Clark's Iowa basketball, was still a powerhouse. The sold-out crowd of 15,000 felt like a Final Four atmosphere, pushing the team to victory. And when the final buzzer sounded, there was only one thing left: honor the legend who made it all possible. Up next, Caitlin Clark's jersey retirement ceremony. Caitlin Clark had played in front of sellout crowds before. She had felt the deafening cheers and the electric energy of fans hanging on her every move. But this moment was different. There was no game to win, no buzzer beater to hit, no stats to chase. This was about something bigger, saying goodbye to a legendary college career and securing a legacy that would last forever. As the final buzzer faded, the lights dimmed and the energy in Carver Hawkeye Arena shifted. The cheers weren't for a fast break or a clutch three. They were for history, gratitude, and the impact of a true icon.
You know, for those of us that were blessed enough to be in the recruiting wars with Caitlin Clark, it didn't take but a second when you saw her for the first time to recognize her greatness. We had a step back three, we had a semi-shoulder shrug, and we had a little grin looking over at the bench, and she was, I think, a rising ninth grader. And so, Lisa, Jenny, myself, our staff, we made a pact that we were going to do everything we could to be the last one standing. And we are so thankful that we were the last one standing.
Caitlin Clark stepped onto the court one last time, not as a player or a record breaker, but as an icon. The crowd erupted into a standing ovation, not just for her highlights or wins, but for everything she had meant to Iowa, the school, and the sport itself. Iowa's head coach Jan Jensen grabbed the mic and wasted no time taking the crowd back to the beginning, the moment she and Lisa Bluder first saw Caitlin as a ninth grader, already showing signs of greatness.
The thing that was the coolest about coaching this young woman is she is the same today as when she came in. She is full of confidence. She's full of grace, and she has an unbelievable power to make everybody around her better. And the thing I'd like to close with, if you didn't know, to celebrate this wonderful moment, she gave $22,000 to 4 different entities in this town to share her success and to say thank you. Caitlin, we want to thank you, and Lisa and I had the ride of a lifetime, and you had the head coach of a lifetime. Lisa Bluder.
It didn't take long. Jan Jensen remembered with a smile, a step back three, a little shoulder shrug, and that grin as she looked back at the bench. She had it, and we knew right then we had to do whatever it took to bring her to Iowa.
Now you took and paused for a second, and you looked up there, and you looked at those jerseys. I went over to you, put my arm around your shoulder, and said, Caitlin, someday your name's going to be up there. Your jersey's going to be up there. Today is that day, Caitlin. The positive image that you've brought to this basketball program, this university, this state, women's basketball nationally is unmeasurable.
Lisa Bluder, Caitlin's former coach, took the stage, reflecting on Caitlin's impact both on and off the court. She talked about how Caitlin changed the game, brought fresh attention to women's basketball, and inspired others to believe in something bigger than the game itself.
You showed why it's wise to invest in women's sport, why it's wise to invest in women. It's not only the right thing to do, but it's the smart thing to do. Caitlin, you may be in Indiana now, but you're always a Hawkeye.
I've spent my career trying to empower young women, Bluder said, pausing as the crowd fell silent. But in just 4 years, Caitlin, you've done more for women's basketball than anyone could have ever imagined.
Big Ten Player of the Year! 3 Nancy Lieberman Award recipient, two-time Wade Trophy winner, two-time USPWA National Player of the Year, two-time Wood Award recipient, two-time Honda Sports Award winner, two-time Naismith Player of the Year, two-time AP Player of the Year, the James E. Sullivan Award winner, three-time Big Ten Tournament champion, owner of 5 NCAA single season records and 6 NCAA career records, back-to-back Final Four appearances, the NCAA's all-time leading scorer. Ladies and gentlemen, there will never be another Caitlin Clark, and there will never be another number 22.
The moment had come, the final words before the banner was raised. "Ladies and gentlemen," the announcer said, "there will never be another Caitlin Clark, and there will never be another number 22.
Glad to say that Caitlin Clark has not only impacted throughout the USA, but has also impacted in Brazil.
I am a fan all the way from South Africa. I've never watched basketball before, but because of you, I am a fan, and I am eternally grateful.
You have motivated me to work harder and dream bigger, not just for myself, but to make my sport even more popular in Africa."
As the jersey slowly rose to the rafters, Caitlin stood with her hands on her hips, looking up. The announcer listed her incredible achievements, each one a testament to her journey. Caitlin had dreamed of this moment, but experiencing it was something entirely different. Her name, her number, forever immortalized. Then came the tribute video, a powerful wave of emotion that reached far beyond Iowa City, capturing the depth of her impact on the game, the community, and the world of sports.
March of 2022, Caitlin took this picture with our youngest son, Cade. Sadly, in November of 2023, Cade passed away at the Children's Hospital. Later that season, when Caitlin broke the scoring record, his older brother Chase decided to take this photo with him to the game and was lucky enough to get it signed. Thank you, Caitlin, for that incredible night, not only the scoring record, but also letting us know that Cade was with us at that game, and for our favorite piece of sports memorabilia.
Thank you, Caitlin. Let's go Hawks.
Fans from across the globe, Brazil to South Africa, shared their personal stories. A young girl fighting cancer who found inspiration in Caitlin's play. A father who had never followed women's sports but was drawn in by Caitlin's magic on the court. And a family who brought a signed photo of their late child to a game, knowing their child would have wanted to see history firsthand.